Welcome back, viewers. Monday update on the KTM. It's raining and looks like it's going to be raining for the rest of the week, but I thought I'd pop this little quickie in to make an update. First of all, I'd like to say I did misspeak in the previous video when I spoke about the two-stroke oil that I use. It's Elf HTX 976 plus, whatever the number was that I said. Sorry, that was wrong. What have I done? Alright, since the last time, put it all back together. Carburetor's back in. It's got a 5.5 cutaway in it now that I've filed. I've put the S4 needle jet back in it from the S1, which was now too lean. I'm still waiting on the pilot jets. They won't be here for a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. So I'm stuck with a 40 pilot jet. I had the air screw at half a turn to sort of compensate for that. I've gone back to 1.5. I'll give it a run, warm it up and take it for a ride. But the other update is I've taken the dirt bike wheels out and the chain. I've had a new arrival. The moto wheels turned up, fitted those up, just a dry fit, so to speak. They look okay. The front one, however, when I fitted it all up, the offsets were a bit off, and the gap between one fork leg and the other was out. It was 3mm away from the disc side. So if you're sitting on the bike, the right hand side, the front wheel's 3mm off centre. I trued all that up with the spokes, pulled it back over, then decided that what I really need to do is string line the wheels. So set it all up. The good old road race bricky string, just to make sure everything's true and straight, and the back wheels following the front one. Took me a little while to manipulate this front brake to where it should be. They say these are KKE wheels, and I asked the question about the hardware, and it says use the OEM stuff for your front disc and your caliper mount. And I would say that the M8x30 is actually too long, and the magnet pickup sensor goes through too far and will hit the disc. Or we'll hit the disc carrier. Where are we? There's a little witness mark here. Sorry if you can see the little crescent shaped witness mark that the magnet sensor put in it when I put it together the first time. You don't get a magnet with them either. You need to get another magnet. And what you need are two M8x25s for your caliper mounts, your caliper bracket mount, because your M8x30s really poke through, and I don't know how much energy I'm going to be putting through this brake, but I don't want anything tweaking up and twerking and having the end of the bolt touching on the carrier buttons, which it was really close. And I'm a bit fussy about that because I don't want to be walking out of the gravel trap with an extra elbow or an extra knee. Then I wouldn't be walking, because my cheap ass eBay front brake, front wheel spat me over the handlebars. You just got to be a bit careful when you put it together. The only other thing that I would say as a criticism of it is with this big 320 or whatever it is front brake, there's no real shoulder on the hub to locate that. They say use the OEM screws, but it doesn't have the little recessed pieces like the steel disc has, that allows the little shoulder on the bolt to locate it a little bit more. Perhaps these should be tapered countersunk deals to really spread the load a little bit more evenly. As I said, I don't know how much energy I'm going to be poking through this thing, but I might end up with the standard one back on it. As you can see, still waiting for tyres. I'm kind of just waiting for stuff to turn up. After a bit of consultation, I was going to put the Metzeler's Supermoto tyres. The front ones are slick, but it turns out you can't get them, and it seems that hopefully, and I've got to trust it because they're the tyres, but the Contis are the hot ticket when it comes to Supermoto tyres. Allegedly, I hope that's the case, because my experience with Contis goes back to 1986, riding my good mate John Jenkins' FZ 750 in practice for the RI 500 in 1986, and let's just say those Contis were, well, they weren't good. Okay, let's just say that. And if you watch a replay of that during the race, there's a bike that comes around Forest Elbow, and you hear the howling of the back tyre. Doesn't launch it into the concrete there. He gets on the gas. He was probably on the gas while it was sliding, and off down Conrod Straight for another go in the RI 500. Well, that was Jenko on his FZ, and the Contis really never ever worked, and you can hear the howl of the tyre on the track. He took the tyre off after the race, and gave it to a good mate, and as he said, he rode the thing around Australia, and his Rottweiler couldn't gnaw through it. So it just, hopefully the new Contis are a little bit more performance orientated than my experience in the past, but that was a long time ago, 39 years ago. So they've had a chance to fix that shit, because they were not good. They're probably the worst. Poor Jenko had the worst tyres on a really nice bike, and he was disadvantaged, but still did well. I'm glad, because at the pit stop I was sitting there waiting with my helmet on, and JJ stayed on the bike and rode it to the finish. He did the whole event solo. A bit of an Ironman effort, but good on him. Enough waffling and sidetracking. Yeah, so new chain coming. I've taken the mine shaft 13 off it and put the 14 back on, so she'll cover a bit more ground in each gear. Lined the wheels up. Now I don't trust the KTM marks on the swing arm as much as I used to, because really the string tells you the truth, and I know the front wheel is in the centre, because it's really the only offset that I can measure accurately, and it all lines up, everything's square. I don't have any triangles or anything going on, so it should steer properly left to right, which I don't think it really did. Even as a dirt bike, it used to fight me on any right hand corner, so that explains a bit of that. Let's see what happens. Anyway, enough. Stay posted. Tyres are turning up. Hopefully the sun comes out, and I'll take you for a ride on it. I'll strap the camera on, and we'll just take for a quiet little ride around the local neighbourhood. Alright, thanks. See you next time.